You guys can come on in.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Bertha Hunter. I'll be your counselor for
All
today.
right, pleased to meet you. Hello.
Jonathan.
Nice to meet you,
Sit over there.
Jonathan.
All right.
You all want to have a seat?
Get you in a hot seat.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for coming in today. So what brings you in today?
Well, John, he's just not listening at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not listening. You can tell he's not listening because he just continues to just do whatever he wants to do. So that's why we're here today. We want to fix the problem.
Okay. And before we get started, thank you, Mr. Hunter, for explaining to me why you are here today. Everything that we talk about today is confidential. Now, if you guys tell me that you're going to harm yourself or somebody else, then by law, I do have to report that. So you said John's not listening at home. And so what's going on at home? Why is he not listening?
I don't know why he's not listening.
Jonathan, can you tell me a little bit why you're not listening to your father?
Sometimes the stuff he asks me to do, so I just don't feel like doing it. And if I don't feel like doing it, I'm just not going to do it.
Okay. And Mr. Hunter, how does that make you feel
Well,
when he doesn't
it
listen?
kind of gets on my nerves because as a parent, if you ask your child to do something, you expect it to get done, and by that not happening, it causes friction in our relationship. I mean, it's really what's up.
So it's friction in your relationship. So today I'm going to work on you all with solution-focused therapy. And what that means is that we don't focus on the problems, what's going on, but we come up with the solution to the problems, right? So can you all tell me, I know it's friction right now, but can you tell me something positive that's happening in your home between you and your dad? Can you tell me, Mr. Hunter, between you and your son, what's positive between you all?
You want me to answer or him to answer?
Or John, you can answer, and then your father can answer.
I'd say outside of that, we do, like to enjoy watching sports together and things like that. When there's a game on, I'll just come to his room and watch a game. Enjoy that.
Okay, you like watching sports together? Okay, what's something positive?
Yeah, I do. I like watching sports with him too, but I also like watching him. He runs track. He still does that, and he's good at it. So I like going to see him, in triple jump and going to track meets and stuff. I still like that, and I'm still thankful that we still have a relationship. It's just it's just a lot of friction when things don't work out like I think it should.
Okay, so that's some positive things that's going on. So imagine if those things, like if you wasn't going on, if you and Jonathan didn't have friction, how would life look differently for you, Jonathan?
I'd say with him being like the father figure and the one I look up to, I feel like I just lose that if everything doesn't go the way it should be.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, like, how would life look differently if this problem wasn't going on between you and your dad? If you and your dad got along with each other, how would life look differently for you?
I think it would be a lot better for me personally, because I think I'd end up growing up to be a better person. I can look up to my dad and see what he had, seeing what he has become and what he is right now. So.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Hunter? How would it look?
It would just be I wouldn't be upset as much. I'd be a lot more, relaxed, a lot more excited because I wouldn't have to try to push him to do the right thing. That would be the difference.
Right, and of course, like Mr. Hunter said, he wouldn't always be on your case. You would be more relaxed. That's how it would look differently. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, right now, like how is it between you and your father?
How is what?
How's the situation? Because you said he doesn't listen at home. He does pretty much what he wants to do. So right now, at this very moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how's y'all's relationship as far as father and son and him listening at home?
It's still the same.
But on a scale from 1 to 10,
it's a
6.
Yeah.
So it's not at the bottom. So we can't. That means some progress has been made, right?
Right. Well, this is where we are. We haven't. We're here meeting with you. We're where we are right now. So it's a 6 right now.
Right. So in order for the scale to move up from a 6 to, like, say, a 7 or 8, what can you all do individually? I'm going to let you tell me. What can you do to make it better?
I think personally, I can be mindful of what I'm doing and saying and just do what I'm supposed to, because he's the one who provides for me and gives me everything to this day, because without him, I wouldn't have anything. So.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Hunter?
I'm going to be the same way. I want to see him be successful in life. So I'm going to talk to him when he's, out of line and doing things, involved with things that could potentially, get him in trouble. I'm going to always speak up. So that's not going to change because I care about him enough to, allow him to maybe be upset with me a little bit, but I'm still going to tell him the right thing because I want to make sure he's okay.
And I understand that as a parent, you do want to make sure your kid is okay. However, I guess to bring the friction down to make him feel comfortable and, and you not yelling at him and he's not listening, like what can you do to calm that situation more? Of course, parents are going to be parents, but sometimes, with our kids, we got to listen to them and maybe that can be some type of compromise.
Well, I never said I was yelling at them. I just said we had friction, we had problems.
Well, I mean, to keep the friction and problems at bay.
I'm always going to hear him out, but I need him to hear me out, and we need to figure out, what we need to do because I'm not going to change the expectations I have for him because he has the potential to do well. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about it. I still love him, but at the same time, I want to make sure he understands the implications of not making the right decisions, and I stand by that.
Mm-hmm. So, John, it sounds like your dad is going to actively listen to you. Just to, see your side, but also he's going to incorporate, those rules and regulations because he's wanting to see you do good. So what can we do going forth, like when y'all meet when y'all meet next week, what can we do going forth to keep down the friction and between you and your dad, John? What's one thing that you think we can do, you and your dad can do?
Maybe do some more like bonding exercises, things like that, I'd say.
And that would consider what would that look like, bonding exercises?
I actually haven't gone into much thought about it, but I think before next time we meet, I think I'd be able to think of something.
Okay, Mr. Hunter, what do you think that you can do to make it better?
I don't know. We come to you. We respect you and we want you to hear us out, but maybe you can help us come with some things to do to help our relationship. Mm-hmm. That's why we're here. We want to understand how we can get better. And we're here because we don't know.
Right. And, the first thing as far as relationship is communication. You got to make sure that you're communicating with your father. Vice versa, Mr. Hunter, you make sure you're communicating with John as a parent and not letting it like on a scale from 1 to 10 being like really high because, that's where the friction come in. Because as parents, of course, we want the best for our kids, John, and that's what that's what you have to understand. Because your dad wants you to live the best life possible, hang around the right people. So, you need to make sure you're, making good decisions, selecting the right friend group, right, and listening to your dad. And Mr. Hunter, sometimes as teenagers, you've been there too. We think we know everything, but then we have to have grace with our children. We got to make sure we're listening to them.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So the first thing I want you all to do is like make a list, maybe from 1 to 10, the good things that y'all, that you can say to each other. So, the friction can go down, right? And then from 1 to 10, make another list on the things that you can work on, right? So your dad won't be getting frustrated with you, hanging around the wrong people or doing the wrong things. Because it's about you all coming up with the solution so you can stop all the friction between you all, right?
We just need your help to make that happen.
Yeah, but those are the activities that I gave you, so I'll check back with you next week to see how it went and and see what progress that you all made because small changes lead to big progress, as you know. But yeah, it's about working together and finding the solutions to come to a common goal. So you won't be at each other's throat and the friction won't be going. So you all going to check back with me next week and we'll talk about how the activity went and what your thoughts were.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you for coming.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. All right.